Fortified foods were once a triumph of public health, a brilliant intervention designed to eliminate dangerous nutrient deficiencies in entire populations. Adding niacin to flour helped wipe out pellagra in the early 20th century. Folic acid fortification in cereals has drastically reduced neural tube defects. Iodized salt, vitamin D milk, and iron-fortified grains are often cited as textbook examples of how food policy can save lives, cheaply and effectively. But what happens when the deficiency crisis fades and the fortification remains? In a modern world where dietary variety is no longer a luxury for most, the once noble practice of enriching staple foods may be quietly shifting from beneficial to excessive. And unlike the days of rickets and scurvy, the risks today aren't obvious or immediate. They're subtle, chronic, and often biochemical in nature. Take niacin, for instance. It's now nearly impossible to avoid in industrialized diets. It's added to flours, grains, cereals, and many processed foods. Combined with naturally occurring niacin in meat, nuts, and seeds, most people easily surpass their recommended intake without even trying. The tolerable upper intake level, UL, for adults is 35 milligrams per day from supplements or fortified sources, not from food naturally rich in niacin. Yet with fortified bread, snacks, and breakfast cereals doing the heavy lifting, many people walk around in a low-level state of excess. This might not cause the classic niacin flush or outright liver damage, but it may contribute to long-term metabolic side effects. As discussed previously, excess niacin metabolizes into 4-PY and related compounds that can increase vascular inflammation and disrupt glucose metabolism. You won't see this on a nutrition label, but your endothelial cells may be very much aware. Then there's folic acid, another fortification success story that's begun to show cracks in its halo. Mandatory folic acid enrichment has dramatically reduced neural tube defects in newborns, but most people now consume folic acid on top of what's already abundant in dark leafy greens, legumes, and other whole foods. And folic acid, the synthetic form, is not the same as naturally occurring folate. The body has to convert it into its active form, 5-methyltetrahydrofolate, via a rate-limiting enzyme called DHFR, dihydrofolate reductase. Some people, especially those with genetic polymorphisms like MTHFR variants, don't do this very efficiently. As a result, unmetabolized folic acid can build up in the bloodstream, potentially interfering with normal immune function, masking B12 deficiency, and even promoting certain types of cancer cell growth. And again, the damage isn't dramatic or theatrical. It's quiet, cumulative, and easy to miss until it's too late. This isn't a call to dismantle fortification altogether. In lower-income settings or among specific high-risk groups, enrichment remains a powerful tool. But the key problem is uniformity. We've designed fortification schemes to treat the average population, which means everyone gets the same dose, regardless of age, diet, genetics, or health status. A sedentary middle-aged man who eats little more than white bread and cereal may be swimming in niacin and folic acid, while an athlete on a whole food plant-based diet might need more magnesium, vitamin D, or B12 instead. Our bodies are not one-size-fits-all, but our fortified food supply is. Should nutrient fortification be individualized? That's the billion-dollar nutrition question. In an ideal world, yes. Personalized enrichment based on lifestyle, genetics, and biomarker data would be a massive leap forward. Instead of blindly adding folic acid to every grain product, we might tailor fortification strategies to regional needs, targeted health risks, or even wearable tech data that tracks nutrient levels in real time. But right now, we're a long way from that level of precision. Mass fortification is cheap, efficient, and politically simple. Personalized nutrition, on the other hand, is messy, data-intensive, and expensive. So, until we reach a future where your cereal box knows your genome, we're stuck in a strange nutritional middle ground. The deficiencies are rare, the fortification persists, and the risks are less visible, but they're real. Especially for those who consume a diet heavy in processed or refined foods, it's entirely possible to build up a chronic surplus of synthetic vitamins, enough to disturb metabolic equilibrium, even if not enough to raise immediate red flags. None of this means you need to panic every time you eat a slice of enriched bread or a bowl of fortified cereal. But it does suggest we need a more mature conversation about fortification in the modern diet. The nutrient landscape has changed dramatically since the early 20th century, and our policies have not kept up. Instead of assuming all enrichment is inherently good, we need to ask, for whom? How much? And for how long? After all, if food is medicine, then fortified food is medicated food, and that means dosage matters. Overcorrecting deficiencies is noble. Overexposing people to vitamin megadoses disguised as preventive nutrition is something else entirely. The intention may still be good, but like all well-meaning ideas, it's best reevaluated when the evidence suggests the solution may have outlived the original problem.